All right guys, welcome back. This is James with Crawlers and Customs, and we're going to go over the Superscale setup in the F450, and we're going to specifically look at the wiring and some of the costs associated. So we're going to plug things in and then take a look at it. So this is the Superscale setup, and has dynamic suspension like you've seen in some of the other videos. I've done some tuning since the last videos, and it's looking really good. It sort of responds heavy like you can imagine an F450 would as it bounces around down trails. I haven't had a chance to shoot any off-road videos, but that'll be coming up shortly. This video is mostly to talk about the wiring and the costs associated. So what we have is our 3S battery connected to our ESC and our BEC. The BEC is buried down in here, so you can't really see it. In any case, we've got that split off right behind the connector. So the ESC is still powering the receiver like it normally would, channel 2. So you're going to take your ESC, plug it into your programmable transmitter, channel 2. You're going to connect your steering to channel 1 like you always do. Channel 3 is a little different though, and that's what allows us to control ride height. So I happen to have it set on this trim button. So if I press down, the truck lowers. If I press up on this switch, the truck lifts up, and I can go anywhere in between. You can set this up as a 2-position switch, as a 3, or mimic a linear switch, which is how I have it set up. It goes in steps of 10, so I can sort of go in between, I guess, 10 different levels through the complete range. So the Superscale is connected directly to the BEC, right, so you can see it here. BEC to the Superscale, and that's what's powering the 4 extra servos. From the Superscale, you'll see a single wire coming from pin number 7, our signal wire going into our auxiliary 3rd channel. This is what's telling, this is what's receiving the signal from the receiver to raise and lower the suspension ride height. So you'll see that here, channel 3. These are labeled by Superscale, so you can see right front, left rear, right rear. It's pretty simple. Follow his instructions that you get in his email, and you'll be cruising in no time. A couple tips when you do set up the Superscale for the first time is make sure your servo horns front and rear are disconnected, and just put your finger on the spline and make sure that it's rotating the direction that you expect it, and also that you have your servo trims and servos mechanically zeroed out. You don't want to press the servo horn on, power everything up, and realize it was 180 degrees out of clock, and that servo horn spins around and breaks something, whether it be the chassis, parts, or itself, or who knows what. So set it up in its neutral position and sort of neutral ride height. That's where this truck is set up, so you can put something underneath if you want, but take your time to adjust it following his instructions. So let's talk about cost. You're gonna need 4 servos. They're about $100. You're gonna need a BEC, 10 to 20 amp. They're about 30 bucks. You're gonna need the Superscale with shipping. It's a little bit less than 100, but around 100 is what you need a budget for. The lowering kit, which is 270, and a programmable transmitter and receiver. I happen to use DX5R. It's a little bit more than 150, but there are certainly some options that are less expensive as well. And you need to supply the truck. So buy the truck, and if you need to go all in on this route, if you don't already have one of these, you're going to be about $650. That's sort of your worst case scenario. Hopefully you've already got a transmitter that you can utilize, and can save quite a bit to bring the price down so it's a little bit more reasonable.